Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. Anything come my way. That's the song. And with this deck, this is going to be a good reading. What do you need to know most at this time? Dear Spirit, benevolent beings of light. Oh, there we go. Think or say out loud. I allow this reading because consent is extremely important. The Empress came out. Look at that. Ooh, it's the Empress for you. Yeah. Immediately, you're leveling up. Look at that. Ace of Swords. You're going on a brand new beginning. You leveling up into this Empress energy is like saying, the Moon card jumped out, is like saying you finally left the cocoon as the butterfly, as the dragonfly. You are now finally in your absolute Empress stage. And you are taking no sugar honey iced tea. Princess Noki, yeah. Sugar honey iced tea. These bitches don't like me. You got the sword of truth, so it don't matter. Don't matter who don't like you. Because those that don't like you have shown who they are. Because only bad people don't like you. Because you trigger them. Your light, your beautiful, divine energy. And by the way, it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. This energy is, I heard omnipotent, which is like all God. Like, whoo, divine. So Empress energy leveling up, no matter your pronouns or gender identity stuff, is all about being at the top level, being a leader. And it might not feel like you're a leader, but you're being finally a leader in your own life. You're not, you killed the people-pleasing energy. Some of you might say, I'm in my villain era now, my villain stage. I don't like that. I see a lot of people using that. And I got to tell you, that just really puts a negative connotation on you being strong, on you being you. And letting, people can say anything they want about you. Lots of people call me, Satan himself in some cases. And really it's a reflection of their own souls. And you know that. 7-11 on the clock as I say that. Part of that understanding now is realizing that you are, I'm going to say, connected to the kingdom of heaven in a way, even though these cards are on fire. But that's part of it. You have like the holy fire burning within you in a way, the spirit's energy. So you walk into a room and you are truth incarnate. You are the sword of truth. You're beginning this journey, understanding what it feels like to be the Empress and not go back, because there is no going back from this. Part of what you don't realize is you staying in your Empress energy of authority, of strength, of intuition, of intelligence, of bravery. The metal you are made out of is a phrase that has to do with the strength of your soul. And it comes from a time where the swords were actually forged in iron and different metals. And the better the kind of metal, but it wasn't spelled M-E-A blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I didn't spell that right at all. M-E-T-A-L. Wow, dyslexia and whatever. It was M-E-T-T-L-E back in the day, the way they would say it. And it was more about the strength of your soul and all of that. Now, the 9 of Swords in reverse with this is telling you that you standing in this truth, you being that energy, will, especially since you cannot go backwards, 404 as I say that on the timer, you can't go backwards in the energy of a butterfly cannot go back into a cocoon and just become a caterpillar. So it isn't like, no, or you can't. It's more like, it doesn't work that way. You would never be able to go back to the individual you were 15 years ago. You've worked through so much, right? So that's really what we mean by you can't go back. It's not like oppositional defiance trigger. It's more like you can't undo being Empress energy, Queen energy, King energy, Emperor energy, whatever, 444. Because you have to work to get to that level and have to heal to be able to get to that level. So the more you stay in that energy and remember who you are and stay in the truth of who you are, the more it clears all the anxiety out of your life. Now, they're also saying, don't worry about who isn't congratulating you or cheering you on. They keep saying God, spirit, universe, whatever labels you use, sees all, hears all. So those that haven't been congratulating you and cheering you on as they should be, in the context of all you've done for them without wanting anything in turn, but it is a reciprocity and a reciprocation energy that is always supposed to be there between two entities, really, right? If you and I are in a friendship and every time you do something, I'm showing up and I'm cheering you on, and you're not asking me to do that, and I'm, you made a book, I buy the book and I'm posting it all over the place, and then I do anything and you do nothing, well, that is why it's not okay. Not because you didn't do tit for tat. Nobody needs the tit for tat. The tit for tat is always toxic. Okay? That's why it's 3 T's. Tit for tat, toxic. We don't need it. But part of the reason they're saying that is Spirit's seen all of the toxic third-party love unions that pretended to be true ones, and all those people that didn't support you or warn you or help you. It's part of the reason you were like, no people, no more, no thank you, no lemon pledge, Superman no home, we go bye-bye, we're not happening. But you also need to see the fact that all of that was done, although it sucks, it forced you out of the cocoon. It forced you into your phoenix dragonfly mode, whatever creature you like. You could say griffin, I don't care. Griffins I don't think come out of cocoons though. Neither are phoenixes though, right? So it doesn't matter. Part of the issue is you need to start seeing that there's been blessing after blessing being offered, and you're not seeing any of that. But also now you're going to start seeing that. The poverty mode and all the financial hardships are now going away. Remember, Empress and the Ace of Swords, you've always been so strong, so courageous, standing in your truth, being authentically you. Keep doing that. Keep figuring out what that means for you, because every individual has different meaning on that. All right. So figuring out who you are is so much more than the basics. And it's a lot of stuff where you go back through what you've been taught or told from childhood and go, okay, well, do I even agree with that anymore? Do I even believe that? Does any of that feel right for me? What patterns and thoughts maybe should I change to match what I want my future and my future me to be? Queen of Pentacles and King of Wands coming out with the King of Swords. Wow. Yes. Okay. So you have leveled up over the narcissists and you are really mastering your finances. You're probably really working on getting that bag and getting that folding cash, King of Wands is somebody very passionate. So it could be you leveling up to the highest levels of personal development because you are the Empress. But it could be you have a gentleman, pronouns, put them where they apply, that wants to come in, that is a fire sign, that wants to work with you, help you, adore you, because you did get the Lover's card earlier. So there is this message of realize that the Empress wouldn't settle for anything you used to settle for. So when someone comes in, make sure the first thought isn't no, because oh no is a thing in the past. It's not necessarily going to be always negative and never working out. You fought too hard for all of that. So there you go. 6 of Pentacles. The universe is going to bless you. They're removing all the tower moments and all the judgment calls and all the blinders on yourself, so you don't have to be standing there like, am I done fighting yet? I'm a little weary. They're tired and not allowing any of the false loves in. So this is going to bring you a brand new perspective that helps you keep having the flourishments, abundance, prosperity, surprise money, all sorts of good blessings, luck moments, all of that stuff coming in for you now. And it will always keep coming in the best way possible when you, and as long as you stay in your Empress mode. All right. I love you. This is your reading at this moment. If you'd like a private reading, please use the link in my bio. Remember, half-an-hour readings come with a Reiki session, which means I do energy healing while I'm doing your reading. So it's a 2-for-1 deal. And if you're not a live subscriber yet, you got to become one, because I hate how much you're missing out on. I love you. That's what that means.